Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to layer HTV, especially if one of those layers are glitter. So whenever it comes to your glitter HTV, you always want it to be your last layer if it's going to layer directly on top of each other. Now, if it's going to nestle, you could always get this one first so you're not having those higher temps and then layer everything else on top. As long as there's no pieces that's going to lay directly on top of your glitter, you can definitely do this one first. Now, if there is any sort of risk in any sort of way of a piece of HTV sticking to this, like today's video where we have all these little small pieces, I really have to make sure that I snuggle it in between. I definitely want to save this one for last. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys a tip today is using parchment paper. These are baking sheets. You can definitely get them on Amazon. You can find parchment paper at your local grocery store. You can even find it at the Dollar Tree. What's amazing about parchment paper is your adhesive here that's on your backing will not stick to it. So you guys can see that that just pops right off. So this is perfect for lining up your design to figure out which layer you should put down first and have it ready to go. So especially if you guys are going to be doing a bunch of the same design, you can already have those lined up and ready to go. The parchment paper is amazing. So I'm going to show you guys how to use that really quickly. I'm using my Cricut Easy Press today, the bigger one. I have it at 320 degrees for 20 seconds. So with these layers, we're going to do tack downs for maybe 2 to 5 seconds. That way we're not overheating our HTV. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my parchment paper here, and I know that my very first layer that I'm going to lay down is going to be this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down my black layer here on my parchment. And once again, as you guys can see, it does not stick. So it's actually super amazing. So the next one here, I believe our little green layer is going to go next. So I'm going to be able to nestle this right inside, just like so. Now, whenever you're lining up your layers, say for example, I cut these out at the same time, I had attached them so that way they would just cut out and I can weed them at the same time. If for some reason, one of these don't line up, I can always take a pair of scissors, cut them in half, and then lay them one at a time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up. It don't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to figure out my layers here. And then for my final layer, I am going to do my glitter on top just because I am running such a risk of accidentally, if I try to do this one first, I would run the risk of some of this black, even the green or that blue laying on top of this glitter, and then it's not going to stick. Once you go through the wash, you may think it has stuck to this glitter, but once it goes through the wash maybe 1 or 2 times, it's going to come off of this. Nothing will stick on top of this glitter. You always want this to be your last layer, unless there's like a little bit of like a 1/4 of an inch or so gap. You can definitely do your glitter first and layer everything else after. So once you have this, you can definitely just peel it up like so, and you're ready to go. What's also really cool, now that we have everything lined up, we can still fold it in half, find our placement with everything included, and now we're ready to line this up on our t-shirt. Today I'm using my 14 by 14 Cricut pad here. I think it's perfect for your bigger Cricut Easy Press. It's also perfect for, to use with your 9 by 9 or your 6 by 7. I definitely think it's a very versatile one. There's one that's way bigger than this, but I think this is absolutely perfect for your big press. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up our t-shirt. And now what we want to do is just remove any sort of moisture and smooth everything out. So I usually do this for around 5 seconds. You can definitely just stay in place, or you can just kind of shimmy it around. All right, looks good to me. So I'm going to let this kind of cool back down for just a second. All right, so now we're ready to go. I've got my design. I've got that crease mark. I'm going to get it centered with my tag, and I'm going to come down around 4 fingers or so. So I think everything looks good. I'm just kind of making sure everything looks straight. So I think I'm going to be happy with this. So I can lay it down, and then what I can do is I can actually pull all of these layers off, and now I'm ready to press my first layer. So now I am ready to go. I'm just going to peel off these layers here, and then I'll go ahead and get this one. Just like so. so you can keep those other layers together. Sometimes all of them stick together, sometimes they're gonna come apart, and that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go on top of this, and I'm gonna hit go. And once again, I'm only doing like 2 to 5 seconds. It usually takes me around, 5 seconds or so with my Cricut Easy Press. And then I let mine cool for just a second, and I'll do either a warm or a hot peel because I am using Caesar. Definitely check with which brand you're using if it's a hot peel. So I'm gonna peel this off. Now, very important, you can see that this is as big as my entire design. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna set it aside, and that way I can continue to add it on top to protect our t-shirt. Now we're ready for our next layer. I'm gonna go ahead and come in here with our green. I'm gonna line everything up just like so. I'm just gonna make sure everything lines up. Peel off this blue one. Never press it together because it's gonna stick together. So now we're gonna take that same piece of that first carrier sheet, which is gonna fit perfect, and I'll cover everything up. Same thing, I'm gonna press again for around 2 to 5 seconds. All right, so I think that's good. Pick it up. And then this should be a hot peel. Now sometimes, as you guys can see here, this carrier sheet stuck to this one. It's okay, just go ahead and peel it off. Set aside and keep the big one. All right, so we are ready for our blue layer. I'm gonna go ahead and line everything up just like so. All right, same thing, I'm gonna take that big piece, cover everything back up, and then we're just going to tack that down for around 2 seconds. All right, looks good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and carefully peel this away, remove this little piece here. Now we are officially ready for our last layer. So this is our glitter layer. I'm just gonna go ahead and line everything up. And so this is where I like to just have this as my last one because this was kind of nestled in between, but you guys can see that's kind of setting on a little bit of the black because you will have some shrinkage because of your t-shirts and you just run that risk. So it's best to just keep that glitter right on top. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and line up our last time with that carrier sheet, and we are going to press 320. I'm gonna go ahead and put it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and press 320 for 20 seconds. All right, lift that up, and we are ready to go. So glitter is a hot peel, so we're just gonna go ahead and very carefully peel away. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm gonna bring that up. So the glitter paired with just basic HTV just really makes the shirt pop, as well as brings up that value. So if this is something that you guys are gonna sell, it's definitely going to bring up that value. So you guys can see how, I've kind of shifted a little bit here and I got all my black, and that's why it's just super safe to keep that glitter right there on top. And then you just need to do tack down in between, so you can definitely keep it on that glitter setting of 320, and then just do the tack down. Now, if I was doing this with my big heat press, I would do around, 310 for around 10 seconds or so. So for the total. But there you guys have it once again. I really love the way that this design came out, and it is linked down below, and it's only 1+ credit. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.